Krystal Ball. Krystal Ball from The Hills Rising with Krystal and Sagar. She said some stuff. Let's listen to the stuff that she said.
Ever since the collapse of the Sanders campaign. In fact, one of the persistent critiques of the force vote concept at all is that it came from YouTube host and comedian Jimmy Dore. Plenty of people let their personal feelings about Jimmy get in the way of their analysis of his idea. But Play also used the debate to trash the very idea that leveraging new media for political action was a worthwhile course at all. Now, personally, I find this view absurd, defeatist, and oddly detached from reality, given that online strength is essentially all that the left really has today. Today, the left does not have institutional power, so when AOC, for example, proposes that instead of online demands and slur votes, we should trust her and others to maneuver on that front. It's vital work that deserves support and attention, but it is also off the table in terms of achieving...
Jimmy Dore is totally spaced out in the middle of this.
any kind of result today. Also, the ugly reality is that much of politics has been subsumed into the national political debate. There's been a lot of post-2020 debate about whether progressive candidates or blue dogs did better. I admit I've engaged in that debate myself. But really the truth is, their policy differences matter little, if at all, at this point. Thanks to partisan tribalism, general elections have become nothing more than a temperature reading on the partisan...
So Mitch McConnell went ahead and buried the fucking bill, right? Big shocker there. God damn. You know what? KFC ain't even that fucking good, to be honest with this shit. With all them goddamn steroids that they're, injecting in them damn chicken. McConnell took to the sit, and plus, he was racist. You know he was racist. Harlan Sanders in Eastern Kentucky in the 1900s. Strike 3. Mitch McConnell took to the Senate floor to attack the House-passed bill, specifically on the issue of higher-income individuals and couples that would be eligible to receive some of the payments due to how the income phase-outs are structured. The Kentucky Republican said that the House bill had no realistic path to quickly pass the Senate and said that the Democratic-led effort ran astray of what President Donald Trump, who has repeatedly pressured Republicans to pass the expanded stimulus checks, actually requested. The Senate is not going to be bullied into rushing out more borrowed money into the hands of Democrats' rich friends who don't need the help. Okay. So that's what, to Mr. McConnell, it's not that the American people need $2,000, not $600, but for Mitch McConnell, he's like, the Senate will not be bullied into rushing out more borrowed money into the hands, borrowed money for fucking war with Venezuela and war with Palestine, war with Bethlehem. Like, how many baby Jesuses are going to be killed in Bethlehem because of this COVID bill that was passed? What the fuck? Here's $500 million, Israel. That's going to help COVID-19? Oh, okay. Oh, if you say so, sure. Borrowed money, fantastic. So we're borrowing this fucking money into the hands of Democrats' rich friends who don't need the help. America needs the help. He's acting like, oh, the damn Democrats, they just want to help the rich. Yeah, he's engaging in class warfare when he's on the side of the rich. That's so stupid. So dumb. Don't fucking believe a goddamn word that motherfucker says about a thing.
Partisan divide within that particular region rather than an actual contest of ideas or candidate quality. This election saw candidates are actually easy and safe. And as this debate is exposed, many are happy to live in this neverland indefinitely. And we'll have more rising for you.
So she said a whole lot there. She's great at identifying this. Look at all the Medicare for All organizations that aren't jumping on this moment because, there's a lot more money in treating diabetes than there is in curing it, and some people get comfortable pushing for Medicare for All instead of actually making it happen. And we're seeing a lot of that right now. People who, again, AOC, who ran on, we've got to have a Medicare. Nancy Pelosi, there's a video that Lee Fong over at Intercept found of her in 1994 demanding a vote on single payer. So what's your reaction to this?
Yeah, I mean, she covered a lot of ground, and the one thing she said early on that I kept coming back to throughout it and feel regularly whenever I'm on Twitter is self-defeatist, because it's just an incredibly self-defeatist attitude. I mean, first of all, who on the left thinks mobilizing online is a bad thing, and I'm very curious to hear their alternative. Be like, look, you people online, you got to get back to the roots. Let's start advertising on AM radio. Gonna jump into some print media. Like, what is your alternative idea? Like I posted a flyer down at the grocery store, and revolution is afoot.
That is such a grand, it's exactly right. And people keep saying, well, you can't do hashtag force the vote. You got to do organizing and get people on board. 90% of the Democratic Party is already on board. How much more goddamn organizing do you need to do? The organizing we need to do is to get you to stop saying we need organizing and start pressuring your elected representatives who actually can make this happen right now. That is such a bullshit idea that we have to do more organizing. We have been organizing my entire life for Medicare for All. 30 years ago, Nancy Pelosi was screaming for a single-payer vote, and 30 years later, AOC is here screaming for it right now, and now we're screaming for it. The time is now. The time for it is in You know, they got the National Health Service in London and during World War II, after World War II, that's when you need it. So when the crisis comes, that's when the government is supposed to do.
He's funnier when he's on a righteous crusade.
The crisis is here. This is the biggest economic crisis of anybody's lifetime, and this is the biggest health crisis of anybody's lifetime. The time is now, not wait. Not go organize more for a time in the future that will be more receptive to a single-payer vote? What are you, nuts? Yes. Yes, those people have health care and are nuts. Everybody who is against this right now, I challenge you to give up your health care and then come back to me. Write an article after that. Give up your health care. Anything else, Ron?
Well, going on that, one of the other things she brought up was local organizing and local action, which, by the way, I'm all about. I'm all about local action. I'm all about those things. I think those are great things. But to then use that as a reason to say we shouldn't pressure Congress to do anything, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Like, I don't even see the connection. Hey, I'm fighting for municipal broadband in my neighborhood. That's a local action. I also support force the vote. I don't need to choose between those two things.
That's the classic liberal move, Ron. They make progressives choose between the stuff they think they need. And that's garbage. Again, right now, the bare minimum is a vote on hashtag force the vote. If the squad wanted to get more things, they could get whatever they want right now. They could get whatever it is. They want to get a chairmanship. They want to get a committee assignment. They want to get another vote on something else. They could do whatever they want, and they have all the power. Nancy Pelosi has to come and negotiate with them, or she's not speaker. So if they don't do this, they're telling you, no matter how many people support us, no matter 90% of the Democratic Party's behind us and has our back, we will never fight for you. That's what they're saying.
Yep. Right on, Jimmy.